Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Champaka Wolf. How are you guys doing? How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing okay. So guys, I was to do a live on Friday this week, but I just felt like going live today. Guys, it's raining over here. It is extremely cold, so yeah, that's why I'm all covered up and whatnot. So guys, thank you so much. Kindly guys, may I ask you to like this live. Kindly guys, may I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Heads, hi. Heads, you're so beautiful. Thank you, Heads. Kindly guys, may I ask you to like this live. Kindly guys, may I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So guys, this is just a simple live and whatnot. So today I just want to prepare some plantain. That's it. All right. For lunch, I had fries for lunch. So I just want to prepare some plantain, some matoke, and yeah, and then I make myself a cup of tea because it is extremely cold, guys. It is extremely cold. It has been raining since yesterday morning. I don't know if you guys can hear me. It has been raining since yesterday morning. Let me see. I was just disconnecting the guys. It is extremely cold. It has been raining since yesterday morning, all throughout the day. Today morning again, it has been raining, so it is extremely cold, guys. So yeah, guys. So I had already pre-done my matoke plantain. This is what I'm going to have. Then I'm just going to add like 2 potatoes. That's it. And then I love matoke, guys, so I'm going to put in with some coriander. And then, guys, if you're new to my channel, I love peppers so much, so I'm going to put 4. I'm going to put 4, guys. Yeah, I'm used to eating pepper, guys. I'm used to eating pepper since I was a kid. I'm used to eating pepper, so it doesn't bother me. All right. And then I make myself a cup of tea. Over here we have some few neighbors who do dairy farming, so I get my milk, we get our milk directly from the supplier. So yeah, from any amount, if you want milk from, it usually starts from 30 Kenyan shillings. If you want milk as from 30 Kenyan shillings and above, up to a liter, depending. If you have maybe friends who are coming over to your house or guests, of course you're going to order more milk. So here we get milk directly from the dairy farmers. So yeah, guys, I don't know if I should, I had some rice remaining. I don't know if I should, guys, I don't know why, but I feel like I don't have an appetite, but I'm just forcing myself to eat because now I live alone and who is going to cook for me? Excuse me. And it's cold and I have soaked my clothes. Oh my goodness, guys, I wish I had a washing machine. I wish I had a washing machine. I wish I had a dishwasher. Like, I wish I had all those gadgets. Yeah. Because, guys, another thing is that I'm asthmatic. So, yeah. Really, I don't like cold. I don't like winter. And I thought winter would end in July, but it has extended up to August, and it's even much worse and whatnot. So, yeah, guys. So, I'll have to wash. Please, guys, don't mind this place. I've complained to my landlord about this place, guys. These tiles zilitokana, tiles zilianguka zenyewe tu, even before I go to this house, because I live with my landlord. My landlord anakaa hapa juu, so most of the houses here, they're not done. You know, they haven't been completed yet, so they are still under construction and whatnot. So I've complained about here a lot, but yeah, so I'll just have to live with that until the time like I relocate and whatnot. So yeah, guys, today basically I did thorough cleaning in my house, guys. Everywhere. I usually do thorough cleaning in my house once a week. So I did thorough cleaning in my house everywhere. I wish you could see how my house is clean. It's always clean, but I usually just like doing thorough cleaning. Under my bed, you know, excuse me, under my bed, you know, everything, scrubbing the toilet, the bathroom, everywhere, you know. So yeah. So hopefully you guys are okay. Kindly guys, may I ask you to like this live. Kindly guys, may I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So these are my ingredients, guys. Today I'm not going to add any green capsicum, pilipili hoho. I don't feel like eating it. So yeah, just this with 4 cloves of pepper. This is the milk, guys. I told you here we get the milk direct from the dairy farmer. So this is the milk. It's really sweet, because even like back at home, my parents do dairy farming. And let me tell you guys, Baron, hello sister. Hi Baron. Where are you from, sister? I'm from Kenya, Baron. I'm from Kenya, Nairobi to be specific. So guys, let me tell you one thing. You see, as for example, me, my parents do dairy farming back at home. So guys, let me tell you, here in town, sometimes some of these people, I don't know what they feed their cows. Siti niko na maringo, sina maringo. I don't know what they feed their cows. Sometimes you'll find, before I got to know like a good supply of milk, you'll find that some of these people who supply milk, the milk tastes funny. I don't know what they feed their cows. They're stray cows, not stray cows to be specific, but they don't feed their cows properly. So you'll find that the milk tastes funny. The milk tastes funny. It doesn't taste like milk, you know, and what not. And I know what milk tastes like. I know what real milk tastes like. So I was getting milk. I decided to change a little bit and get milk from a certain supplier. Guys, I'm telling you, I couldn't. So I thought maybe I was being delulu. So I bought half a liter. And then when I put in the tea leaves majani, the milk, it turned a little bit like sort of dark, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is not happening? And then it's not tasting like the real milk, from the cow and whatnot. So I thought maybe I was being, paranoia and whatnot. I was being delulu. So that guy came and supplied me with milk for the second time. The milk tasted even much worse, because guys, for me, I usually cook the Costarian tea. So I put in ginger, I put in cardamom, like to make the tea taste better, but it was awful, guys. So I was like, no, I'll have to stick to the other supplier, because it's a neighbor who told me that I get milk from this supplier. So for the second time, I told my neighbor, like, yo, I cannot be taking milk from this individual, because as for my neighbor, she keeps goats. So when she buys the milk from that supplier, she mixes the cow milk with that from her goats. So it doesn't taste weird. But as for me, I don't know. I don't know what that man feeds his cows, but his milk, I was like, I cannot be getting milk from this man again. I remember even asked him because he usually passes by every evening, and I remember I asked him, why is your milk tasting funny? Even it doesn't taste like milk, like cow milk. It doesn't, So yeah, guys, those are the shortcomings. Here I usually put my popcorn if maybe I want to make popcorn and whatnot. So yeah, guys. So right now I want to, prepare before, so that I can just chill, So hopefully everyone is okay, guys. I hope you guys are fine and whatnot, Magara Mix Club. Hi, Magara Mix Club. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're fine, Isatu Kamara. Hi Isatu. Hey guys, may I ask you to like this live. Hey guys, may I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone is okay from wherever you're watching me from. You know, I hope everyone is okay. I'm just going to add 2 potatoes. Kindly guys, may I ask you to like this live. So this is it guys. They Yao. Hi Yao. Are you Chinese? Are you Nigerian? Yao. I've never heard of such a name. Cynthia Yao. Cynthia. Hi Cynthia. Kindly guys, may I ask you to like this live. Kindly guys, may I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think I'm going to add one more. Kindly guys, may I ask you to like this live. Kindly guys, may I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really have to soak my coriander in water because I don't want to eat sand. Philip, hi. Philip, I don't understand what you're saying. Let me throw this one out. So my coriander is ready. Guys, I'm telling you, until I'm able to buy like ceramic pans, I'll stick to this. I heard that those non-stick pans, they're not healthy, you know. So I'm going to stick on this until like I'm able to, you know, like buy the ceramic pan. So yeah, I already chopped my onions, my tomatoes. I like to soak my coriander so that I don't eat sand in my food. Then, oh yeah, I haven't had time to go to town, so my turmeric is over, guys. This is the last batch. And then that's it. I've forgotten to buy curry powder, guys. So let me chop some oranges, you know. So right now I want, guys, I don't know why I feel very weird in this side. I feel very weird. I don't know why. So guys, I wish I would bring you guys to see what I'm cooking, how I'm cooking. But the last time, if you were there in my previous, I think 5 lives, I'm telling you guys my tripod stand misbehaved and whatnot. So I don't want to go through that. But I'm going to end this live and then I'll start another live in the next like 30 minutes or so. But yeah, so yeah, guys, this is what I'm having for. I think this is they're clean. I've already washed them thoroughly. I'm going to wash them again. The last time I just had them somewhere else. Let me see. So yeah, guys, they are really clean. Guys, I don't know if it's me, but I'm obsessed with water. Napenda maji sana. So, even if, let's say this sufuria is clean, I've already washed it and I've placed it on the side. When I want to use a sufuria, I'll rinse it again. I don't know if I'm the only one who has such a behavior, but yeah. So yeah, guys, so guys, can you excuse me for like a minute? I want to go peep and see if that woman has opened her grocery shop. I'm going through my back door, so give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Nicey nice. Hi, nicey nice. I'm in Kenya. Nicey nice. Me too. Where exactly? I'm in Nairobi, Kenya, to be specific. Oh my god. Guys, what have I done? This is too much oil. oil for me. Kindly guys, may I ask you to like this live. Kindly guys, may I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Nice. I'm in Nairobi. That's nice. Kindly guys, may I ask you to like this live. Kindly guys, may I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guys, I feel weird in this tight. I don't know. It's not a heavy material. I meant Bungoma. Oh, that's nice. Bungoma is not far from my hometown. I'm also from the western part of Kenya, so Bungoma is not that far from my hometown. I'm a Luya. I'm a proud Luya. Alright? I'm a proud Luya. But I'm not from Bungoma, but still. So guys, once I'm done preparing that, I'll prepare my tea. Guys, it is really cold. I wish I had a house warmer because it is extremely cold. Kindly guys, may I ask you to like this live. Kindly guys, may I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know who is going to wash those utensils. So guys, I'm going to end this live then, but not right now. But I'll end this live, finish cooking, then I'll start another live, alright? Guys, I'm really a good cook, but in the near future, I want to be able to afford a chef, you know. I want to be able to afford a chef and whatnot. What is this live stream about? Nice. Whatever you are seeing. Today I'm not talking about anything. If you want to know what my channel is all about, nice, you can scroll in my other videos. I've talked about spirituality, discernment, interpretation of dreams, since I am such a dreamer. I am also a lover of old school Zumba music, so if you want to see the entertainment part of me, nice, you can hop over to my YouTube shorts. So yeah, it's just that I don't know if it's me, but I don't like repeating myself over and over again, like talking about the same thing, you know. Yeah, so my channel is all about spirituality, you know, how to win spiritual warfare and whatnot. Yeah, so that's what, and like entertainment and whatnot. So yeah, that's basically it. Plus, I like encouraging people. All right, nicey, nice. I like encouraging people and whatnot. So, hi. I think you're Chinese. I don't know how to read that name. So yeah, this channel is all about that. So when I go live, because I got tired of talking about the same thing, because I'm also passionate about politics, but not the dramatic part of politics and whatnot. So yeah, if you want to see, you're free, you're home here, you can scroll over, see the rest of my videos, because I'm like, if if I change this, not if I change, if I decide to do videos like reacting to other content creators and whatnot, I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. Because that's how I'm going to like keep creating content. But I don't like creating content about drama, discussing other people's content. I'm not into such type of content, discussing other content creators, other influencers, unless maybe I'm doing a reaction video from like just advising and whatnot. But well, like I don't know. I was thinking about it because my next video I'm doing research about um, Ruto's government, his regime, what he promised us Kenyans, why has he not delivered what he promised us and what not. So I have to do research before I upload the video, you know. I have subscribed. Thank you so much, Nancy Nice, for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I am. So when I do my live streams, I'm just here to encourage you, to talk to you people. We just it's just chilling in vibes, Unless I have a dream that God has shown me that I'm going to talk about and interpret it, that's when I'm going to do a live. But I did one live stream. There's a dream that God showed me about, new age, burning sage, and I was not expecting that dream. So it's like that dream is not only for me, but for people who are doing that and what's not. All right. So I told that dream and its interpretation and what's not. Other than that, Matthews Banda. Hi, Matthews Banda. How are you? So yeah, that's basically it. So if you want to check, I have so many videos about dreams, dream interpretations, and whatnot. I've talked about Kenyan politics in terms of change, not drama, guys. I don't like drama. Even in real life, I don't like drama. Because our country, Kenya, it needs change. No one cares about what these politicians are doing in their personal lives. Are they doing their work? Whatever they promised us, have they delivered? If they're not delivered, why have they not delivered? They should they not even should, they must communicate, They must tell us why. Because Kenyans have had enough. So yeah, that's because, let me tell you, if you focus on the other type of politics, it's about drama. You're going to have content. But for me, I'm more logic, because if let's say if it's an MCA or a governor, whatever they promised, have they delivered? Why have they not delivered? If that county is dealing with some certain issues and problems, are they coming up with solution to solve that? Like, this Kenya must be taken as a corporate, No joking around. No, I don't know, wasting people's time. No being told that they are going to bring us a machine that makes I don't know how many chapatis. We don't care about chapatis if there are Kenyans right now who are sleeping hungry. And in Kenya, there are no food stamps like in other countries, like in the UK, maybe Canada and USA. There are no food stamps in Kenya, you know. So if people who are homeless and they can't feed themselves, they sleep hungry. There are no food stamps in Kenya provided by the government, you know. So those are the type of talks I do. And you know, I can't keep on talking about the same thing over and over and over and over and over. It becomes draining, but I just said I was to do a one video, just one powerful video to address everything, and then I just roll back to my entertainment vibes and whatnot, because nice, everyone subscribe. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Kindly guys, may I ask you to like this live. Kindly guys, may I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Nice, I did it. Thank you so much. So guys, yeah, that's what I'm all about, you know. And I'm just praying to God, like in the near future, when God's timing, I want to do politics. Not politics, I want to be a leader, you know, in the near future. Not now. In the near future, I want to be a leader here in Kenya. I'll call Kipruto beautiful. Hi Kipruto, how are you? So guys, I'm praying to God, like in the near future, I want to be a leader here in Kenya. Not now, not prematurely, God's timing, all right? Because for one to be a president, you have to be 35 years of age, and I'm not 35. I'm not yet 35 years of age, so Kipruto fine. Yeah, because guys, this country, it needs like authentic leaders and whatnot. And you know, the age for one to be a president is 35. I'm not yet 35, guys. I'm not yet 35. I'm not yet 35, but if I were, I'm not afraid like to take up the presidential position. Why not? If God blesses me with people who are going to support me, why not? And I'm encouraging everyone, millennials, Gen Zs, let's take up these leadership positions. Let us not be afraid. Let me tell you guys, if I right now, if I were 35 years of age, let's say right now I'm 35, and I'm financially stable extremely, and I have people who are supporting me, trust me, you guys, I would go for that presidential position in 2027, God willing. Just that I'm not 35 years of age. Just that I'm not 35, and I'm waiting for God's timing. I'm really waiting for God's timing. Nice, achieve your goal. Yeah, thank you so much. Miji J official. Hi, Miji J official. So yeah, guys, if I were 35 right now and I had all the money, I would go for that presidential position in 2027. I'm not afraid. I will do it. Just that I'm not 35 years. I'm not 35 years, but I would, And I'm encouraging, other Kenyans. Let's take up these leadership positions. Let us do so. Because let me tell you, Kenya needs like authentic leaders. No joking around, you guys. Because I usually say this. I usually say this time and again, like in my YouTube channel. Like ruling this country is not hard. It's just that the leaders, hawataki, they don't want. But actually ruling this country, even as a president, it is not a big deal, guys. It is not. Because Kenyans are paying their taxes. Like ninini. This country needs good tax management systems and no corruption. But you can still vie for MP or MCA. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that, guys. Because at least I have, some family members who are in politics, I don't want to name names. So when it's God's timing, I will vie for such a position. All right. So let me tell you guys, ruling this country is not difficult. Me too. It's just that people like right now in Kenya, no one do your country. Nico, what are you trying to say? I'm not understanding your English. Do your country. Because guys, let me tell you, like ruling this country is not a big deal. Me too. Leaders wetu, let me not say all of them because some are trying. Leaders wetu wengine wako tu hapo kukula pesa. I don't have receipts, but I'm sure it happens, corruption. Wengine, they're just there to sabotage other people's work, and what not, which is not okay, So, like right now in Kenya, people are paying taxes and whatnot. Right now in Kenya, no one, after all these years of independence, guys, no Kenyan should be sleeping hungry. If there are people who can't afford to put a meal on their table, there should be food stamps because we are paying. If I'm paying taxes, if we are paying taxes, there's no need for our brothers and sisters, our fellow Kenyans, to sleep hungry. It's not fair. It is not. Even if you move around some of these counties, the roads are not properly done. Like, it's crazy. Those are some of the things. If you're in a certain county, sub-county, those are some of the things that you must ask your leaders, your MCAs, your governors, deputy governors. Why? When they come here, they're campaigning, they wanauza sera yao. Ask them, kwa nini 1, 2, 3, 4 is not done? Why? Ask them why are they not doing. Don't take their change. Like some of these politicians, they come, they give you change. I'm not saying it's bad, because in the near future, I'm also going to get into politics, and sometimes you have to go with the system, just throw around some few change. But wezi rusha mia mbili, if you're a Kenyan, hawa politicians hawezi kuja hapo mnarushwa mia mbili and then mnapatiwa unga and then mnanyamaza, you're voting for that person. Really, that's what is happening. Unapatiwa unga ya sima mifuko 2 na 100 and then that's it. Unasema ni mtu mzuri huyu, sijui nini. No, akishaingia hapo ndani, they do nothing, they're not working. What is 200 going to? 200 is not money, you guys. 200, if I think most or some Kenyans, they need counseling so that you are not easily manipulated and lied to. Yes, I understand, and whatnot. There's also need for financial literacy. You know, there's so many things that because I'm sure sahi Kenyans wamefunguka masikio na macho. Alright? Don't be easily manipulated, you guys. Don't. Don't be easily manipulated. Don't. Alright, so as I was saying, now I think the next coming 2027, God willing, you don't be easily manipulated. Don't be given me a change. Alafu sasa mnapatiwa, if you're in a certain county, sub county, talk to those wazee wa mama wanyanyezi and what not. Tell them siti wasichukue hizo pesa wanapewa, wachukue, lakini lazima wazingatie. Right now I wish they would pass a bill. I wish these leadership positions, excuse me, English, would be on contractual basis, on performance. If you're not performing, tell us Kenyans, why are you not performing? Communicate. Why are you not performing? Why are you not performing? If anyone is sabotaging your work or anything, communicate. No one has put a gun in your head wanting to shoot you and tell you if you talk and what. No. We don't want fear-based politics. Someone cannot talk and what not. So I really wish they will pass a bill where some of these leadership positions will be on contractual basis. I really say this time and again, like, this country must be viewed like in a corporate view. You wouldn't want, you've built your business, now it's a huge company, you wouldn't want some few employees to mess around with your company, your business. You'll easily fire them. So that's how people should take this country. Each and every county and sub-county must be taken like a corporate. Address those issues. Why are you not addressing those issues? Talk. If you don't talk, people are going to be allowed to re-elect another one. Because we Kenyans, we have been through it right now. We have been through it. And that's the only strategy, guys. That is the only strategy. That is the only strategy of how this country is going to be successful. That is the only strategy. Hakuna strategy ingine. Sasa watu wanakuja hapa kudanganywa. It is not okay. Watu msidanganywe. That's the only way this country, Kenya, is going to be delivered from all these problems. And then putting God first. I know there's this prophet who was a police officer. What's his name? Is it Prophet or what? He said, I don't know if it's true. I saw a video on YouTube. This prophet was saying that Ruto has bowed down to Islamic altars. We all know that Muslims and Christians, we don't worship the same God. I'm so sorry to say this, but let's not lie to one another. Muslims and Christians, we don't worship the same God. People say, Allah is God, but in Arabic. No. If Muslims and Christians were worshiping the same God, Muslims wouldn't be killing Christians. Muslims wouldn't be having an agenda, for if you don't convert to Islam, Muslims would be condemning other Muslims who are leaving their religion to come to Christ. They wouldn't be outing them. That in Christianity, God is not going to kill you if you leave Christianity. He's not going to do that. But in Islam, they do that. So I was for Ruto to build a church, but then I heard that. I'm like, how can you bow down to demonic altars? Islam, they say, oh, we Christians and Muslims are the same, we believe in Christ. They don't believe in the resurrection of Christ. That's the spiritual aspect of Christianity. It's the resurrection of Christ. Muslims, I don't think they don't believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins and resurrected on the third day. That is the aspect of Christianity. Leave alone leave alone the religious part. The spiritual aspect of Christianity is the resurrection of Christ. And Muslims and Christians, we don't worship the same God and whatnot. If you do your research, guys, about I'm not here to have a religious debate and whatnot, but if you do your research, some of the hadiths in the Quran, they are really disturbing things. You can see how there are other ex-Muslims who have exposed that religion, and whatnot. And when I saw that video of that prophet, that man saying, I think he was a state house pastor or something. He used to pray for Ruto and the wife and whatnot. He said that Ruto bowed down to Islamic altars. I'm like, oh my goodness, what are you doing? I was like, if it's true, what is Ruto doing? What has he done? Even in the Bible, when in the book of Esther got married to a king. And that king, I don't think he was a godly man. His advisor wasn't godly. And Mordecai told Esther, don't think you're going to be safe in the palace, Same as, Ruto's wife. That's why Esther fought for her people. So if it is true that Ruto bowed down to Islamic altars, I don't know. That is really bad. Those are two different altars. Islam and Christianity, those are two different altars. And I'm not judging anyone who is a Muslim. I am not doing that. I am not, because no one was born knowing that they were going no one knew that they were going to be born in their religion and whatnot. I've found myself in Christianity. This other person found themselves, they are even pagans. They don't even know who is God. Another found themselves worshipping cows and rats. Another, so I'm not judging. I'm not here to judge and whatnot. But let's be true that the spiritual aspect of Jesus Christ of Nazareth and his resurrection, that is it. That is it, guys. There's no changing your mind. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. So if it is true that, guys, I cannot see your charts. My apologies. I can't see your charts. So if it is true that Ruto bowed down to Islamic altars, I'm very disappointed. Until you guys, when I watched that video, and it's coming from someone who used to be their pastor, I think their spiritual man praying for them, I had that righteous anger. I was like, what? Like, what? I had that righteous anger, guys. I was just like, oh my goodness. And he didn't want to, that prophet didn't want to, sabotage God and whatnot. Because you cannot serve two masters at the same time. You can't do that. So if it's true that Ruto has bowed down to Islamic altars, I don't know. He's going to be answerable to God. Because let me tell you, I I was born in Christianity, and of course, if if Jesus Christ of Nazareth did reveal himself through my dreams, not once, not twice, not thrice, many times, maybe I would have subscribed to another religion, But I know the truth. Christ is real. Because, growing up, you can think that, this is just a religion like any other, No, it is not. It is not. So, you guys, because this country must be led with conviction. If we start viewing Kenya as a corporate, I mean, like, Kenyans they wouldn't be tribalistic, because someone is going to be a lawyer and go be a governor in Kiambu County. It's all about solving the problems. If we view this country in a corporate way, it's all about solving the problems and we are out, But if it is true, whatever that prophet said, I'm really disappointed in him. I'm really. Because those are two different altars. Those are two totally different altars. And I remember there was this time I had a dream, not once, not twice, thrice. I remember there was this time I had a dream. In the dream I was sitting with two Muslim women in that dream. And they were asking me in the dreams, why are we not dreaming like you? Like, why are we not having these spiritual experiences like you? And I remember I told them, it's because you don't have the Holy Spirit in you. I remember I talked about that dream in one of my videos, not in my live streams, in one of my videos. I told those Muslim women, it's because you don't have the Holy Spirit in you. That's why you're not having these spiritual experiences. The second dream I remember I had, I was in a car. It was a Land Cruiser. And I was at a petrol station with this unknown Muslim man. And you see how the mosque is built, that symbol of the mosque. So in the dream, that mosque was like this one. And I was seated at the passenger's seat besides the driver. And the symbol of the mosque was like this small thing. And then it was just there it was just there in front of me. And I remember in that dream, that Muslim man said, he said something in Arabic, but then he said, Jesus Christ is coming. Guys, that is a Muslim man in the dream saying that Jesus Christ is coming. And I was there with him in the same car. We were in a Land Cruiser. It was a Land Cruiser V8. Then we were at a petrol station. And he said that. The third dream I had, there was this lady who was unconscious. I think she had died in that dream. And then it was me and two unknown beings. I think it was the Holy Spirit or angels. So we were coming to rescue that woman. Then she came back to life and she was breathing. And then there was this unknown lady. She was standing at a tree. And then she was saying, Muslims are not supposed to interact with Christians because it is, I don't know, there's this Islamic term that Muslims use. I don't know, Muslims are not supposed to, intermingle with Christians. It is haram. Something like that. And then I was asking her, like, you saw her, she was unconscious. She was literally unconscious. But you weren't catering to her. That's a dream, guys. You weren't catering to her. Now, me and these other two unknown beings, she's now back to life. You now have something to say, So that tells you what type of religion Islam is. And even as Christians, when we see our fellow brother and sister, maybe he or she has left I don't like being religious, but if a Christian has left Christianity, you will not see any Christian threatening to kill another Christian. Oh, you've left Christ. We are going to heal. Christians, we are going to pray for them. We're going to be like, we are praying for their deliverance, You won't see, unless it's a cult, but a true Christian, that spiritual aspect of Christ and his resurrection, they're not going to threaten another Christian and even kill them because they've left Christianity. They'll just intercede for them and they just pray for their deliverance, for them to come to Christ. But in Islam, they do that. They kill. They out someone, literally, you know. So those are two different. So I have so many dreams. And then I remember there was this time also, I had another dream that there was these two Muslim couples. It was a man and a woman. And they were asking me about Christianity. And in the dream, I was telling them that Jesus Christ of Nazareth, he's the Son of God, and he came without any human intervention. You know what I mean when I say Jesus Christ of Nazareth was born without any human intervention, you know? So it tells you the difference between Islam and Christianity, you know? Another dream that I had, this is an intimate dream, but I remember there was this time, just last month. I'm cooking, guys, as I'm talking. So I remember I had this dream. I don't know if, guys, I'm so sorry if you are chatting me, I can't see your chat, but I'll end this live once I'm done, and then I'll start another live. So I remember I had this dream that there was this unknown woman. She was a Christian who was talking to this Muslim man in the dream. So in the dream, this Muslim man, I don't know how to interpret this dream. This dream was a little bit complex, but I'm not going to say the other part of the dream. So I remember this Muslim man, he wanted to cry, but he couldn't cry because he's a Muslim man. And then a voice told me in the dream, like, Islam destroys a lot of marriages. I don't know. You see, guys, that is not a good religion. Ask Christ. You know, I say, like, us who are Christians or in Christ, we are spoiled babies, because God will not tell people or tell pastors, apostles, prophet or prophetess, if anyone leaves Christianity, kill them. No one. God does not do that. But in Islam, they kill. Why do they do that? Why? If we are worshipping the same God, why are Muslims killing Christians? If you're worshipping the same God, why is it that if either a Muslim man or a Muslim woman, let's say a Muslim woman and a Christian man, why must the Christian man convert to Islam? Why? If we are worshipping the same God. You see, that is to show you that these are two different altars. And I'm not here to judge, but sometimes when I think about such things, I have that like righteous anger and whatnot. I'm like, no, 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 no. You see? So, if I don't know, if Ruto has really bowed down to Islamic altars, I don't know. Let's leave him in God's hands. Like, let God deal with him. Let God deal with Ruto himself. You know, I was for him building a church in the State House. Let me tell you guys one thing. Even if you build a church with 1 billion Kenyan shillings and your heart is not okay, you don't have a pure heart, that person who has taken an offering of 100 Kenyan shillings and their heart is pure, God is going to accept it. Rather than building, you know, I was for Ruto building that church, but then when I heard of those things, I was like, building a church, we don't know who is going to raise that altar. We are not going to be there as Kenyans, you know, seeing what they are going to be doing overnight when they are building that church. Is it really, what is going to be the foundation of that church that is going to be built in cities? And if Ruto is going to build that church, it's for State House. He shouldn't come there and evangelize. Once he's done with his leadership, he's gone. Like, he's gone, you know? So, I was for him, but when I've watched a lot of videos of people saying that he bowed down to the Islamic altars, I was like, that's it. Like, enough is enough, you know? So, guys, that is to tell you, these leadership positions, they have the spiritual aspect to it. They have the spiritual aspect to it. I remember, I don't subscribe to what, I'm not a huge follower of Pastor Ezekiel. If you're a Kenyan, you know. But then there was this time when Pastor Ezekiel said that the spirits of these politicians' fathers is in them. And I totally understand. You know why I am saying that, guys? I remember there was this time, my food is ready. I remember, I remember there was this time, I don't know if I should tell this dream, but let me not talk about that dream. That is an intimate dream. I'll say it later on. I'll say it later on when I've when I've now when God has enabled me and I'm now in a leadership position in Kenya. But when Ezekiel said that the spirits of these like people's fathers, grandfathers is in them, I totally understood. I understood there's a spiritual aspect to this, and I keep on saying this time and again in my YouTube channel. I said it in my previous lives. What's the difference between leaders, how our ancestors led in the Bible, and leaders of nowadays? I think I'm going to do that in a whole video. I'm not going to do a live stream talking about that. I'm just going to do a separate video. But you see, even in the Bible, we had leaders like Deborah, Esther, Nehemiah, Moses. Those they led with conviction and whatnot. You know. So yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about. So you see, like, I cannot keep talking about who is doing that. So guys, I'm going to do a whole video addressing that. You see how our ancestors led, they led with conviction and whatnot. But nowadays, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, guys, that's about it. And I think I'm going to do a whole video talking about, how our ancestors in the Bible led versus how people are leading, how the current leaders are leading and whatnot. Yeah, I'm going to do a whole video because I think when I talk about that in my live streams, people, because I talk and then now I'm just there. So I'll do a whole video about that. I'll literally do a whole video about that. Address and then yeah. Because guys, I'm not here to because whatever you see on my YouTube channel, that's the same personality that I have in real life. I don't have two different personalities. And like when I talk about such things, I don't want to keep repeating myself over and over. So I just make videos. I don't know if I should start doing reaction videos on politics in Kenya. I don't know, because I'm so passionate about authentic leadership. I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about authentic leadership. So that's why I say that if I remember there was this time in 2020, I remember there was this time in 2023, I had a dream. We were standing, it was me, Ruto and Uhuru, and in that dream there was a casket, where they put people who have completed their time on earth. So in that dream, Uhuru was not smiling. Uhuru and Ruto, they were looking at the casket. But in that dream, like Uhuru was not smiling, but Ruto was smiling while looking at the casket. So those who know how to interpret dreams, you can assist me in interpreting that dream. But I think the casket maybe it represented Kenya, how the state of the country is as of now, and whatnot. Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's just about it. And we need to start fighting spiritually. We need to start fighting spiritually, guys. Because even me in my personal life, when, let's say, guys, I'm really spiritually sensitive. Even in my personal life, when you have that gift of dreaming and whatnot, you're going to, it's not that I am perfect, though I am striving to be as perfect as God, but then I have encountered like spiritual warfare and whatnot, and I have won spiritual warfares. Not to brag, but it's real. That's why I tell you guys, you have to be in consistent prayer. Spiritual warfare is real, you guys. It is not a joke. That's why I usually tell you guys, you have to carry your cross every single day. You have to choose Christ, God, through our Lord Jesus Christ Nazareth, Whether you are happy, whether you are sad, whether you have money, you don't have money, you have to carry your cross every single day. You have to carry your cross every single day. And you must have a pure heart. You know, you must have a pure heart. Purity of heart is really important. You know, like I remember there was this time I had a dream. I had a dream that I was in my house, and then it was like raining outside, heavy rain. So I was blocking the water from entering my house. So when I was blocking the water, this unknown man appeared in my dreams and he pushed the window. And the water, a little bit of water splashed on my bed. And I remember I got so angry. I opened the door and I beat that man. I beat that man and I spat on him. You know, I was like, what is not happening? So when I tell you spiritual warfare is real, is real. It is real. Your environment, where you work, when people talk, when you hear these apostles and prophet and prophetesses saying that there's a King Herod spirit around, it is true, guys. I literally faced that King Herod spirit until I resigned. When I tell you spiritual warfare is real, is real. I worked in I remember when I got a job somewhere. I remember before I relocated to that near that area, I remember a voice told me, I want you to fast and pray. So I was like, oh my goodness, what is not happening? So when since I'm a dreamer, that voice told me that. I took it to that voice. I was like, okay, I'm going to fast. I'm going to set time to fast and pray. But right now I'm going to, I'm relocating to another place. So when I moved to that place, guys, that same voice told me again, I want you to fast and pray. Twice. Being told twice by the Holy Spirit, that voice, the same meaning. Guys, I'm telling you, I didn't take that for granted. I remember I was tired, I was worn out, so I started fasting immediately and praying. And I fasted and prayed. I was interceding for that house, maybe whoever lived there. I was praying for that job. And I'm telling you guys, now, when I went through like spiritual warfare in that place where I was working, now I understood why that voice told me. Maybe things would have been worse, but you know, it was too much, so I resigned. And I remember I kept asking God, you know, I kept asking God, like, why would you, not even why would you, why would I go to that work opportunity? And then these people feel threatened by me and whatnot, work bullying, work bullying, work bullying, and now I have to resign. You know, I kept asking God that question over and over and over and over. Because, guys, let me tell you one thing. If someone is peaceful, I did my work in a peaceful way, but you see, there are those colleagues who just poke you and poke you. And, guys, let me tell you, you don't want to mess around with someone who is silent. You see, me, most of the times I used to be silent. Don't mess around with someone who keeps quiet and whatnot. They usually take notes. It's just that they don't want to talk. And as for me, I didn't want someone to push me and react in a certain way and whatnot, because guys, my temper is really bad. It's really bad. It's only God. When I see somebody is behaving some type of way towards me, I just go to God in prayer and I tell God, yo, I'm handing it over to you because I don't want. So I kept asking God time and time and time, why did you allow me to go to such an opportunity? Now I've been bullied at work, even though I wanted to stay, but my mental health was not okay. Even spiritually, my spiritual life was being affected. And I had to resign, guys. And then I kept asking God that question over and over again. So remember, God gave me an answer. It was on a Sunday. I was washing utensils. And it came as a revelation. You see the way Jesus Christ of Nazareth was born. And then, you know, King Herod knew that a king was born. Then he pretended that he wanted to go and see the king, you know, baby Jesus. And he had his own ill intentions. And then, when he had that, he ordered sons from 2 years and below to be killed. And then now, the angel appeared to Joseph and told Joseph, now King Herod has died, you can go back. But Joseph, they didn't go back to the same place. They went to Nazareth. So that is the revelation that God gave me. So it meant that that place was not conducive for me to stay. There was a King Herod spirit. So when you hear some of these apostles and pastors telling you there's a King Herod spirit, it means someone sees your light, then they are jealous of you out of nowhere. I remember there was this time when I was working in that opportunity. Now the CEO, I was just there on my laptop, minding my own business. Then the CEO saw me. I was not expecting, I'm not those kind of people who is going to, push themselves to the CEO, like, hi, and whatnot. Literally, the CEO came to me and he said, hi. And I just said hi too, and I just went on with my work. And then I remember some of my colleagues told me, yo, that's the CEO, And then I remember there was this one who was looking at me like, huh? Why has the CEO said hi to her? Why has he said say hi to her? Does he know her and whatnot? And guys, it's the light that people see in you. You don't even have to do I don't know what's not and what's not. So guys, I was being fought hard in that workplace. So when I prayed to God and I told God, please give me an answer. Guys, the atmosphere there was so heavy. I remember I couldn't go to that workplace without praying. Every morning I wake up, I was telling God and praying to God. God, send your angels. That atmosphere was heavy. I was so prayerful. I used to tell God, God, I'm going to that workplace. Be with me. Like, just fight for me. Like, when it was time for me to clock out of work, I was like, oh, thank God. But the atmosphere was so heavy, guys. You keep quiet, you are being poked left, right, and center. People are just poking you, and you're doing nothing wrong. So that atmosphere was heavy. It was heavy. They saw me as a threat and whatnot. But you see, it was in a private institution. But I'm sure if it was in a public, if let's say I was a leader and whatnot, they wouldn't do that to me. If I was a leader, they wouldn't. I've even worked in public institutions, but let me tell you guys, working in sometimes private institutions, it's crazy. There's office politics and whatnot, and sometimes you have to move with wisdom. Sometimes there's some of these workplaces you have to move with wisdom. It's not every battle that you're supposed to fight. Sometimes you just have to leave, and then you let people. So after I left that institution, now I had dreams where my boss, I remember there was this time I had a dream that I was seated, and my boss, the left eye was not okay. The left eye had some issues. And then in that dream, she wanted to recall me. Not she wanted, she was recalling me back to work in that dream. You know? So it means what that dream means that it's in her spirit. She was not okay with the decision that was being made, with how I was being treated. So she was convicted, and in that dream she was recalling me back to work. And whatnot. So guys, that's why I tell you spiritual warfare is real. Some people will just see your light and they're going to be irritated by it and whatnot. So when you hear of this, so when this pastor was saying that Ruto has bowed down to Islamic altars, if that is true, I am very disappointed. We as Kenyans are very disappointed, because you see, even Mordecai, when Queen Esther was now she's now the queen, Mordecai told her, "Don't think you're going to be safe in the palace." So even that prophet said, um, what's the name of Ruto's wife? Rachel. Rachel, don't think you're going to be safe in status. God's hand does not know. G4S, GSU, the army, God's hand doesn't know that. It doesn't. Guys, I have seen God move in my life. You see, when you have been stretched you've been stretched, like you are fighting for a certain dream for it to come true, and you have been stretched to the limit, and you have to ask God to intervene. Some of the things in my life, it's God's hand. Not even some, most, it's God's hand that has carried me along, and I'm going to be talking about more testimonies as such. So when I usually sensitize here in my YouTube channel, you have to have a pure heart. Purity of heart is really important. And to God also, don't be prideful. God doesn't like someone who is prideful and whatnot. Know how to repent, know how to come to God and ask for forgiveness. And I usually tell you guys, talk to God about anything and everything. Don't be shy. Don't be shy and whatnot. I think in Romans chapter 8 verse 1, it says, there is now no condemnation in Christ Jesus. So don't be shy. Talk to God literally about anything and everything. Talk to Him. He's your Father. Don't be ashamed. Talk to Him in prayer. You see how you can talk to your friend, your mother, your father, your therapist. That's how you should. Not even you should. You must talk to God. He's your Father. Like, He knows everything that you do. He knows the amount of hair, how many, strings of hair that you have, So when I encourage you guys to talk to God, do that. Even when you leave your house, let's say you're traveling or you're going somewhere, just tell God, I am leaving this house, God, be with me. Let us work together. Such prayers, they are going to really help you. I remember there was this time, guys, I was going somewhere and then my heart was heavy towards going to that certain place, but I was like, let me just go. Let me just go, because I had already not even promised. I had already told that individual, like, we'll go, but then my heart was heavy. I didn't feel like going, but then I was like, let me just go so that they don't say something, about me. So guys, I remember I was like, God, I don't know why my heart is heavy, but I am going. Be with me. Let us live together. Walk with me. So we went, and then coming back, guys, I don't know what happened, but I don't know what, if I was overthinking. I think I was having so many thoughts and whatnot. I remember as we were crossing the road, it's a zebra crossing, guys. So as we were crossing the road, I'm assuming it's a zebra crossing and the cars are supposed to stop. So in Kenya, zebra crossing, you as a pedestrian, you are going to wait for the car to pass, not the other way around. So to cut the long story short, so as I was crossing the road, me and that individual, I don't know, guys, what happened. I'm usually very careful when I cross the road, but I remember this man, out of nowhere, I just heard a voice. This man said, Mrembo, usivuke barabara, like, don't cross the road. Guys, let me tell you, I didn't cross, I just stood there. I stood, and I remember it was a lorry. You see those lorries that move in the highway, and it's not even a highway, so that lorry came and it didn't even stop. That lorry didn't stop. But that man's voice, he just told me, girl, do not, like, now in Swahili, mrembo, usivuke. So I didn't cross, I just stood there. And I remember that individual that I left that place with, she told me she assumed that I knew. I was like, no. So I don't know. That's why my heart was heavy. Because I don't know. It's just God that used that man. And guys, I don't even know where that man went. You see, when somebody shouts and oh, there they are. That man shouted like that, and I don't know where he disappeared to. I don't know where that man disappeared to. So yeah, guys. So I am going to end this live, guys. I'm going to end this live. Then I'm going to start another live in the next 20 or 30 minutes. I'm going to start another live. I think I'm going to talk about, I don't know, but if you usually watch my channel, you know that I talk about, just entertainment, spirituality and warfare and whatnot. So I think I'm going to address this issue of leadership in Kenya, like how our ancestors in the Bible, how they led versus how our current leaders lead, Yeah, guys, so that's just about it. And we have to fight spiritually. This maandamano is becoming out of hand because, at first maandamano helped, but right now it's just people who are destroying other people's businesses and whatnot. That's why I said, like, in my previous lives, like, now we should fight spiritually, guys. We must fight spiritually, guys, now. Imagine if Kenyans, imagine if we Kenyans, if we Christians, we came together and we fasted and prayed, for let's say a whole week We just, that is our maandamano now. It's spiritual maandamano, not now physical. Other people's innocent children being killed. People are working hard in their businesses are being vandalized and whatnot. It's not okay. Now let's do spiritual maandamano. Let us do spiritual maandamano. Let us now fight spiritually, and whatnot. We even we as Kenyans, we can even organize, even go at Uhuru Park and just pray, and whatnot. Now let's do spiritual maandamano, because now we now have to intercede and do spiritual maandamano now to God, to it, because let me tell you guys, Kenya is such a great country. Kenya is such a great, beautiful country. It has so much potential, but it's the leaders, some of these leaders, I'm not saying most, but some of these leaders. So instead of us marching on the streets and we are innocent, and some of these police officers, I don't know what goes on in their mind, they just shoot innocent people out of nowhere. Literally no one is doing anything, but they're just over here shooting innocent people left, right and center. So now let us do spiritual maandamano, guys. So yeah guys, so that's just about it, and I'm so sorry guys, my apologies, I cannot see your chats. Sometimes I don't know, my phone misbehaves when I try to reconnect and whatnot. So yeah guys, so let me end this live and then I'll start another live in the next 30 minutes to an hour. All right, I have to wash a few clothes that I had soaked. So in the next 30 minutes to 1 hour, I'll start another live. I'll start another live and talk about, again, it's not that it's something that I haven't addressed, but it's something that I have addressed. Talk about it, and then yeah, we move on. So yeah, so thank you so much guys for watching my live. Thank you so much guys for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much guys for liking my videos, subscribing, sharing my YouTube shares and whatnot. Over here, I just teach you how, even when I said the other live, I'm just going to teach you how to, to rely on God on your own, all right? So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching this live. I'm going to set another live in the next 30 minutes to 1 hour, all right? Thank you so much guys.